Everything's going. Okay. Welcome everyone. We are back for Tutorial Tuesday at 7 p.m. Central Time with Andrea Wright and the Beau Visage Beauties and the Devine. So welcome, welcome, welcome. Today we are doing the quick, full face, natural look that I just posted. So let's get started. Do you want to add anything, Andrea? You are all set to go. I think we're all set to go. Yes, let's go. Okay, so today I posted earlier a couple of different things and products that we're going to be using, like certain brands, right? So the Crayon case was one of the brands. Fenty is a brand we're going to be touching on today. MAC we're doing today. Beauty Bakerie makeup we're doing today. Revlon. There was one more. MORPHE. So we have some really cool products that we're dipping into today. But you guys can pick and choose basically to match what you have. Okay, so if you are joining, welcome. My name is Devin Churchill and I am the owner of Devine Glamour LLC. And I am a traveling stylist and virtual tutor for natural hair, makeup, and nails. So let's get started. Today I am going to start with, well, let me let you know, I did wash my face and moisturize my face already. So if that's a step that you want to do, go ahead while I show you what we're using today. So you need an eye primer. If you don't have an eye primer, you can also use a concealer, but we're doing a natural brown look, so you don't have to feel pressured to use a concealer, but you do have an option to use a concealer. And different concealers look like either your skin tone shade or they are brighter than you. So here are two options. Here's one that's more of my skin tone, and here's one that is completely bright. It can be its closest to the like a beige or a pure white. And a pure white concealer is really good when you're applying colors, okay? And a regular concealer is just something that you needed to stick to. And that's where the Crayon case eye stick glue comes into play, okay? Let me just sip of water. Okay, think positive, girl. All right, let's keep going. So, it's so cool because it says it goes on white and dries clear, but in fact, it has like a tinted brown color. And so I absolutely love it. So it's perfect for this natural look that we're going for today. Excuse me. And we're going to be using the Fenty Beauty foundation sticks. And yes, they stick together. I think those are so cool. So they're really good for traveling. That's what I keep these for, and that's why I put them in the quick natural look kit, okay? Beauty Bakerie Insta Bake foundation is absolutely amazing. So definitely get your pen and paper. You need to be writing these things down, okay? But they also have a quiz. You can figure out what your color is. If you're looking for something where you don't really want to use like highlighted and contour like the Fenty Beauty Sticks, then you can use Juvia's Place. And this is their Velvety Matte Foundation. It is absolutely amazing. But let me give you a tip now. You have to go into Ulta and test this out and do your whole face and your hand, because some of these colors are not really true to the color that you think it looks like, or even like in the top. So let me give you a quick peek. That looks really darker than me, but you'll be surprised. It's my actual color of my whole face, and it makes it completely even. I don't have to put anything else on. So I put that to the side, but we're gonna be using the Fenty sticks and the Beauty Bakerie. In terms of setting sprays when we're finished, all people don't have to use a setting spray, but if this is your like full face natural look and you're going out and you want it to last, but you want that like simple chill vibe, you want a setting spray. So Beauty Bakerie has one that's called Grace, and MORPHE has one that's their standard, okay? And they have very good holds on them. And they're truly misting like containers. Like they don't spray like a bunch of stuff on your face. I like that it's soft and it lays, okay? You want you a good lip color, but we're gonna do like a balm bomb brown. So I'll show you that. And let me see. I want to give you another one as well, the eyebrows. So mind you guys, we've been doing this thing for some weeks now. So I've been giving you products to use and products to get. So we're going back to our handy dandy brow kit. And that involves the MAC pen, and the color Spiked is for me. And this is the Revlon Colorstay pencil, and it comes with a brush on the end. So these are for our brows. We of course need our lip pencil, a really good chapstick. Put some more of that on right now. You'll see the moisture. And we need at least 3 brushes. So you always want your standard brush for your eyeshadow, and I'm gonna show you how to use one brush for one eyeshadow look. And then you need your big brush for your foundation. That's totally up to you how you wanna use this brush. If you rather use like a blending sponge or something else, but we're using the brush because it covers the whole face. We're doing quick, remember? And then a small brush to really get that underlined soft shadow line. But like I said, you can tailor this to you, okay? Let's get started. Hey girl, hey girl. Okay. Let me grab my lip colors as well that I want, because we're also gonna be playing with some Fenty Beauty lip gloss and some MAC lipstick. Yes, hunty. So, got it. I have my chapstick, so prep your lips so that they're nice and moisturized by the time we put on our lipstick at the end. And we're gonna start off with our brows. Brows always go first after you moisturize your face, okay? So you wanna grab your pencil that's angled. And with that pencil that's angled, you wanna keep it flat. And we're going to outline the bottom of our brow to create that line at the bottom and go all the way to the tail. It's just giving it a nice stencil is what we're using this for, okay? To give it that nice outline so we know where we're not passing. Now you wanna do the top, drag it to the tail. You should be able to see the difference already, and I haven't even done fill in. I haven't done anything. I literally just gave it an outline, okay? Now you can take the pencil and lightly drag it across your hairs to fill in any gaps. I have a little bit of gaps, not too many. I try to keep my eyebrows moisturized because that's hair right there too, guys. So make sure you get the top, get the peak of it, because that's where the arch is. If you don't have an arch there, this is when you're gonna be creating that arch. So go up as high as you want. I suggest keeping your brows round, not super sharp, because you don't wanna look angry, okay? And then I am symmetrical. So once I do one brow, I do the other. Once I do one eye, I do the other side. So some people prefer to fully do the full eye, and the next eye, no, I do it evenly, one by one at a time. If it helps you to draw your lines, you can also use the top of the angle. So remember that, because it gives you that sharper edge, and it can make your eyebrow sharp, just like that. Okay, we're gonna fill in the gaps a little bit, and this is where our pen is gonna come into play. So, with the MAC pen I was telling you guys about, it is liquid. And so, it has one side that's literally like a paintbrush, like a pen, and then this side is a sponge, and then you just take that cap off. But we're not gonna use the sponge today. We're just gonna make tiny hairlines, kind of like microblading, and go up and fill in those gaps a little more. These strokes are very light and they're very soft. They're not heavy. I'm not literally drawing heavy-handed. They're very soft lines because we're gonna be using our spoolie to blend this all together. We are not going to leave these lines in our eyebrow, okay? Don't worry. So get your spoolie ready. That is the tiny brush that you use for your brows. And make sure you make that tail nice and sharp. And the pen is very helpful when it comes to making that tail. Okay. Now, we're gonna go back to our pencil because it comes with one. There are other brush sets that come with this spoolie, so that's what this is. It's literally like the little eyelash brush. So, same thing with soft strokes and quick. You're moving up. You don't want to move down. You want to go up. We never want to pull down on the face. We want to keep it lifted. And part of using this brush is softening that line. Okay? Because we don't want the sharp line. We just want the outline and the fill-in. So you probably can see the difference in the ombre effect in this brow versus the ombre effect in this brow. Let me make sure I can tell. So I heard someone say, and I have definitely been sharing this quote, that your brows should look like sisters because they're not twins, but you don't want them to look like cousins, okay? Or distant friends. And I thought that that was perfect. That was the best way to explain this because your brows will never look exactly the same, but you do want them to look alike, okay? So my brow is nice and neat. And because we're doing this quick face tutorial look, we don't need to do concealer with our brows. Using a brow pencil allows you to get that sharp look. You don't need to go fill in with your concealer. All right, we're moving to eyeshadow. So you want to get your primer or your concealer, and you want to make sure you get that all over your lid. I chose to do primers when I'm doing quick makeup because concealer is more about painting and outlining very neatly and making sure that you keep it in the lines. And we don't need to do that. So that's why I use the primer for quick makeup and natural looks because I'm not putting bright colors on. And when I put on bright colors, I definitely need my white concealer because it's just like painting a wall, I like to say. You need primer, and so you need that white base, or when you get your nails polished and you're getting a highlighter, bright color, and they put the white polish on first, it's because it gives it that nice base so that the true color can pop. Same thing with your eyeshadow. But because I'm using browns and natural tones, I can use a regular primer and be okay. So you'll notice my lids are very shiny, and what that's doing is giving me a nice sticky base so that my eyeshadow has something to stick to. If you do not put on primer, or if you do not put on concealer, your eyeshadow is going to just blur throughout the day and it's not gonna stay put. So if that's something you've been doing, you're like, now you know, okay? This is where your powders come into play. Just a little bit, not a lot. Your fingers are very good tools, okay? You can use one that's tinted to your color or use a very white color. I'm gonna use my white translucent powder. And I'm just gonna tap just a little bit. Okay? And I'm gonna go over the crease of my eye. And I'm using this for the crease because I tend to have oily skin. So if I already have oily skin and then I'm putting on primer that's also shiny, I need to fill in that crease where you blink your eye. And that's because eventually your eyeshadow is going to start creasing. Even when you're doing a cut crease, you never want to see the greasy line in your eye. So all I'm doing is filling in the crack. Kind of like putting, tar or concrete down on the ground. Like, just fill it in. All my Chicago people know what I'm talking about with the potholes. Just fill it in, and it's just tap back and forth. It's not enough to change the color. It's just to keep that space dry. You'll notice it'll start to go away, actually, because it's going in place. Perfect. All right. Now, we're going to start applying our eyeshadow. So get your brush. You can use a different brush for every color. That's perfectly fine, but because it's a quick look, I'm showing you how to use one palette and one brush. Okay. So if you're looking for something compact, I have the Too Faced palette, which I didn't introduce this one, but I thought about it. I was like, this isn't a bad idea. In terms of primers, this is also the Crayon case. It's called the Washable Eye Glue Stick. So definitely take note of that. And with this pencil for your eyebrows, you don't have to sharpen it. It comes on a spin top. So you just twist it out and it gets longer and longer. So as you use it, make sure you keep using it on an angle and it'll keep that sharp look on there as well. Also, just making sure I got all of that down. Yeah, those are the questions. Okay, so the Too Faced palette. It comes with super shiny colors. But over here, you get your basics. You get your bright color, you get your cream, you get your brown, and you get your black. And so this is a good one to travel with as a quick natural look palette. And it's called Chocolate. Isn't that gorgeous? Look at that. Okay, so we're gonna keep that out just so you all know for travel's sake. But the next palette, especially if you're starting out with eyeshadow or quick looks, this is the best eyeshadow palette. It's by MORPHE, and it's called Stunning Vibes 35V. You see it right here? That's the name of it. Stunning Vibes 35V. Okay? Let me show you the colors that are in it. You get all your natural colors. You get shimmers, you get black, you get browns, you get all of your nudes over here. So this is the palette that we're using today, because it has everything, and I can use this one brush. So what we're going to do, also get you a rag on the side, because you're gonna need to brush off your one brush, because that's what we're using. Something simple like a towel or a makeup eraser. You just need something to just frequently clean your brush like this before you move to the next color. Because we're doing browns, it's okay. If you'd rather use a different brush, go right ahead. So we're going to start with a neutral color. So it's called a transition color, okay? We're gonna be doing one like this. Let me use that color there. With eyeshadow, it's all about tapping, not swirling. You only have to swirl when you know your eyeshadow does not have enough pigment in it, okay? Pigmentation is key. So this was a clean brush, you see? You can see just enough eyeshadow on there. And what we're going to do, you just go right in that crease of your eye, like I told you before, and go back and forth. And come all the way down like a half C. Starting in the middle, and we're coming around. Start in the middle, come back around. You should be able to see this color right on my brow bone. This is where it's hard, this is where it's soft. So we're doing it right where that bone is, and you'll see it's gonna get sharper and sharper. Okay? Now remember, this is a transition color, so we're just going in light. So we did this side, now I'm gonna do this side because I like them to look even. Working on the outside, come back and forth, little C's. There we go. Okay, so that gives us our transition color for this nice nude look, okay? Now you wanna go in and grab your darker color. I think we're gonna use this one here, because that's a good color. So this is where we were, and this is where we're going, okay? Dab just a little, because it's the darker color. You only need a little bit, like, see this? A little bit. What we're doing with the darker color is capping it off at the end to give us this nice nude, like smoky look. So we wanna go right where our lashes stop and make a circle. And then we want to work our way into the natural color, that transition color that we just used. And I'm just going and dabbing in circles, around and around and around. You should be able to see that dark color getting in there already. Now, the key to blending is going over the color that you just did and creating the new color. So now we get to swirl and go back and forth to round out this dark color. Right where our brow is, right at the top, blending it into the color we just did and working our way back to the lashes. So it's this C right here that we're adding that darker color. Now when I sit back, you can see the shadow that I'm creating, okay? So let's go back and get our dark color again. We're gonna do this eye. Make your circle first so you know where you're headed. It's like a starting point, and then connect them. So just make that C go up and down, up and down, up and down. And around, and then work your way up into the brow so you don't have this sharp line. You want to keep soft lines and you want to keep it blended. If you need more, you can add more, but that's why you always start with a little before you do a lot. So when I sit back, you can see that shadow coming in. We're working our way in, all right? Now that we have our darker color and we've ended it, get your rag, quick circles, just a little bit, just to refresh the brush so that you don't mix a bunch of colors. We're gonna go back and get that transition color right here, which is always the in-between color. It's a medium, because we're working with light, dark, medium. That's always what you wanna do when you're transitioning and blending. You need a medium, a light, a dark. So now we're gonna take that transition color again and blend it back. So now we're working it in and blending it with our darker color, because we want that transition to be very smooth and soft. We don't want it to be harsh. So now we're going to this side and working our way in the middle. So I'm up all the way up here and I'm going all the way into my lid and blending in that transition color. Ta-da! Ooh, I like that look. It's nice and smoky. All right, so clean that rag. Clean your brush on your rag. And now you want to pick your light color. You want to pick something that's not the brightest, like this one. I'll get a little closer. Not the brightest like this one, but you want to pick something that's right in between. It's more nude, okay? Like actual tan nude. Now this one you can dip in a little heavy. And I'll show you what I mean by heavy, like that. That's a little heavy. And what we're gonna do with this color is gonna be all of the inside, right where you can still see where my primer is shiny. That's where we're gonna take this lighter color. And this is gonna go from top to bottom. And you wanna do, once you've placed it, you see how I tapped it where I wanted it, and now I'm gonna do the circles to blend it in. Yes, you can go clockwise and you can go counterclockwise. Work it in, okay? And I say we're going heavy with this color because it's the next transition from that darker brown to a lighter brown. Because don't worry, we're gonna go back with our transition color again, because we've placed this one and we wanna bring in this sharper color back over into the middle, right? So this is our nude. With this nude, this would be a good time to go right across the top of your brow to soften that line at the top on both sides to where your brow meets your eyeshadow. That's where you want to fill that in with a nice soft color. Okay, Now, go back with your transition color. Remember this one? Right here? Tap that a little bit. Not too much, just a little, because we're just blending now, we're not applying. So just grab a little bit of that. Now we're gonna bring it back into the middle. So we wanna go right over it. Remember I told you the key to blending is crossing your colors that you just did. And that's gonna help with your transition. And bring it back. Okay, that's that eye. Now let's go back on this side. And blend it in. I'm gonna bring it back. If you see that your lines are too far over and you're like, oh, I wanna make that lighter, I wanna make that darker, by all means, do that. Just pick the color that you wanna do it with. So if you want this to be more smoky all the way into the middle, I'll show you how to do that. Because that's a different look. You're gonna go with your darker color, grab a little bit more of that, and you're gonna bring it into the lash line. So see, you bring it in further. Okay? That's only if you want the smoky to come in farther in. I'll do this side too, just so you can see. You can bring it in further. And try to keep that transition. Okay? Now for the final color, you want to pick your brightest nude. This color right here. So remember to wipe your brush on your rag. I did that already. And I'm gonna go right in the inside where you see my lids are still shiny. That's primer right there. Tap first so I know where it's gonna be. And then fluff. Looking good, friends. All right, we're gonna do this side. Tap first, and then fluff it. Make sure you're using a brush that's nice and soft and fluffy. That spreads it more. Okay. I'm gonna blend this eye a little more. I see I have a sharp line in it. I'm gonna soften that up with my transition color. I think I transitioned this one pretty well. It was this side that was a little iffy. I'm gonna take it up a little bit. And bring it down. Okay. So you should be able to see this bright transition to a dark transition. Actually, let me put the sleeve back in. Okay. All right. We're done with the eyeshadow. So you can put that away. Wipe off your brush and your rag. We'll clean it later. All right, so no, we are not gonna put the lashes on yet. I do have magnetic lashes today, so we will be doing that so you can see the full look. But you don't wanna do your lashes yet. Lashes are always the last thing, and so is eyeliner, okay? So if you have fallout, make sure you swipe that and go all the way up. Okay, fallout is when your eyeshadow falls on the bottom of your eye and onto your face, and you want to make this line as clean as you can. Because I'm doing just a natural look, it's okay, but you can actually get a wipe and clean that up really sharp. Up to you. All right, so we're going to start applying the foundation. So here is the Espresso color. I use this for the contour. And this is the Suede. This is my color match color. So what I'm gonna do with this is, you see right here I'm lighter than here. So I have like a natural highlight and contour in my skin already. So I'm gonna take this nude, like perfect match color, and I'm gonna put it into my cheekbones because I wanna keep this light because that's the natural highlight I have. Then I'm gonna go on my forehead, fill those in because we want that nice bright part here in the front. And then I have this like natural like darkening up here. We're just gonna highlight it just a little bit. We'll darken it, we'll say. Make it pronounced. With the dark color, you do not, I repeat, you do not want to, there we go, I should adjust. You do not want to make this very heavy. You want to make it very light. Okay? Here, this went blurry. Let me fix that for you guys. Oh, there we go. Hit reset. Sorry about that. Then we're gonna add the darkening into our cheekbones. I like going all the way into the corner of my mouth. So what I do is blowfish, at least with the Stix, okay? And put that there because it softens the application of this stick. It's, if you could tell, it's very tight, it's very creamy, but it's not liquid. So if you give it a little cushion right there, then it allows this stick to work it best. If you want, you can of course add a little bit on the side of your nose. Do you guys see this pimple I got? Oh my gosh. Don't worry, we'll cover it. We're gonna take the stick and go right down the middle to give us that brightening bridge. And this is where my foundation comes into play because this is lighter than my stick and this is a really good match for me. So I'm gonna put that right there. And this will be my natural lightener. And now it's time for my brush. And I'm gonna take this and blend in the light color first. When it comes to foundation, you work with the lightest first. And remember, this is our quick look, so we're doing this so we could just have a nice finished foundation look with not a ton of it. Because there could be way more than this, but we're not. Okay? I put a lot on this side, but we're gonna blend it, don't worry. Okay, so we're gonna do that. Go for the forehead. I'm blending all the light spots first, bringing it into my brow, chin. I don't necessarily apply makeup to the chin. I use the excess in my brush for that because you don't want that ghosty chin look. We don't want that. To the side. Okay, I'm gonna steal some foundation from here, bring it down here. That's the key, is just spreading it all out. Work the way all the way into your under eye and pat it to make sure that you don't get creases. Okay, so now that we have that piece there, let's work on our nose. Make sure you get the corner and creases if you have those, and the top of your lip. Up and down on your nose. The side of your brush, you can use that for the side of your nose. Okay, we're getting close. Okay, process. All right, so now we're gonna blend in our contour. Big circles with the contour. You can go counter and clockwise. Gives you more blending. Okay. I also like my darker foundation around my lips, because I don't like that bright outline. So I'm gonna add some more of my nude and then a little bit of the contour. just right around my lip. Not a lot, just a little. And that gives me a more of a natural look around my lips. And I noticed that, I think it's because of the size of my lips. So I like to keep it darker right there to kind of shadow it, and then my lips will pop on their own. Now we want to work the hairline. The big reason why you have the darker color into your hairline, because if you don't, it's going to give you that ghosty look and backflash, and we don't want that when you take a picture with the flash on. You want that natural look into your hairline. So yes, sometimes I do press my makeup a little bit into my hairs, and then I'll use like an edge control to smooth them back out. So make sure you work that contour in, and bring the contour as close to the front as you can. So I'm gonna add a little more because you don't want the big forehead. You want to minimize the size of the forehead. So work that in. Working that in. Okay, we should have this natural glow, not too much. I'm gonna work back in on my eyes a little bit to bring in the more natural color into my face, because this is my highlight color. Okay. Now, we're going to do our setting powder. And I just need a little bit. You could choose your translucent if you want. I'm picking a simple brown shade because this is my quick natural look. And I'm going over my highlighted areas because those are the areas I tend to get shiny. You can already see up here and under my eye. So I always have to do a setting powder on my nose, my T-zones, and I'm gonna let this set while I finish off my look before I spray. Okay, it's gonna look powdery for a second. Once I put on my setting spray, it's gonna finish it off. Okay, now we're gonna move into our eyeliner and our lashes. So you can use the big Morphe palette or you can use your little compact, whatever, but you need a solid black, okay, and a small brush. Some people like to use eyeliner pencil for their waterline. That's perfectly fine, but I've noticed that you get a softer look when you use a brush. So I always give this tip, and it's to push and not pull, because when you pull, you're pulling on your face. Okay, we don't want that. So I'm pushing my waterline forward and I'm tapping my waterline, and then I can start sweeping. You want to tap first because you want to see how much product you're working with, and then it gives you that soft black waterline. Right? So I'm going to dab just a little bit, push, tap, and then I can sweep. It completely changes the look. It gives you that like finished look. It makes your eyes pop, and it doesn't just go from eyeshadow straight to foundation down here. It kind of gives you that chop, especially if you like wearing eyeliner on the top. So now it's time for magnetic lashes, okay? So with the magnetic lashes, there's a liquid eyeliner, and it basically like will fill in all the gaps and everything, and it will function as an eyeliner but also as the glue for your lashes. So what we're gonna do is try to be as steady as we can. But we just want to put it right by our lashes as close as we can, but not putting a bunch of them actually into our lashes. Okay, so start on the inside, and all you need is that one line, especially with the liner for the eyelashes. You don't need to make it super thick or super full. And I did switch directions because I want that eyeliner to stop where that lash is gonna stop. Now, if we were doing this normally with other eyeliner, I would say completely fill in between that gap with your lashes, but this does fill in very well when it comes to these lashes. So that's one eye, okay? Start on the inside, switch directions, and press a little, and go far enough for that lash to connect over here. Okay? Now, this is a preference thing, but because we're doing quick glam, I'm not going to put on mascara. What I'm actually going to do is take a little bit of water on my fingers and just rub my lashes at the bottom because I have eyeshadow in them. And if you don't do this, your eyelashes are going to look frosty and they're going to look dry, and you don't want that. You want your lashes to be dark and full. Okay? So I did that. Okay, now let me get my fan. Let's let this eyeliner dry. As that does that, I'm gonna show you what lipstick color we're using today. So you want your Chestnut lip pencil from MAC. This is a really, really good lip liner to get. You can also get cork. They're very good go-tos. You don't have to worry about anything. Oh yeah, in terms of the magnetic liner, it's by Arishine, A-R-I, Shine, and it's on Amazon. So go look it up now. I got the blue one. They also have a pink one, but they have different styles. Matter of fact, as we pick them, I'll show you all the different styles because I'm gonna let you guys help me with that. Okay, lip liner, and I'm using Brick-o-loa MAC Cosmetics lipstick. Look at that. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. This is one of my new favorites, and I'm going to pair it with Fussy Gloss Bomb by Fenty. Wait till you see the outcome of these colors. So this is always a good, you want a pencil that you can just have as a go-to. So that no matter what, you can wear it with anything. I can wear this with lip gloss, I can wear it with all my reds, my pinks, my nudes, everything. And remember, I put my chapstick on earlier, so this is gonna give me movement with my lip liner. So every time I roll my lips, it's moving my lip liner in. You can probably see it already. Okay. Now we're gonna take Brick-o-loa and do the inside, left, right, inside. Okay, that's the key to putting on lipstick. Roll, roll. Look at that color. This is my new favorite color. And it looks good in the winter, the fall, the spring, the summer. It's year round. Here's the color of the Fenty gloss. You see it's very close. So I'm gonna go right here, left, right at the bottom, and roll. Look at that. That is my new favorite natural combo. So let's pick a style of lash. So here's the package and everything comes in a blue box. But the thing that I love about magnetic lashes that I have just figured this out, I can switch my lashes. So once I put it on, I'm like, I don't like those. I take it off and I put on another pair, okay? But because we're on here, and I think I'm gonna like these a lot, I'm gonna do the really, I was gonna do the really big ones, but we're doing natural, right? So we're going soft. Okay. I'll do the soft and natural ones. So let's pick the ones from the bottom. With the magnetic lash, you literally just lay it on the beginning. It'll stick, and then you work your way across. And it just lays. Like, it's there. It's sticking. And boom, my lash is on. Like, it's on. I don't understand. I love it. But I did realize, attention, I realized that you need a primer or some base on your eye before you put on the eyeliner. Otherwise, it's kind of a pain to get off, because I think it's intentionally waterproof, but I personally don't buy waterproof products. I actually like being able to just get it off. So it depends on what's your preference. So what I do is, like today I did primer and eyeshadow, then I put the eyeliner on. It's a buffer in between my skin. So I like that. So start at the beginning, like I said, let it stick, and then do the tail end. Oh, let me put this one back. And there, my other lash is on. All right, last step, we're done, guys. This is my Beauty Bakerie blush and highlight contour kit, and it all comes in one. It's called Coffee and Cocoa. And I'm just gonna take a little bit of the blush color. You literally just dab it, okay? And lightly go up on your cheekbone and a little bit up into your eye, because you want it to be fully natural in that whole area. Actually, I'm gonna use my softer brush now that I think about it, because I want it to fully blend and be soft. I want a big fluffy one like this, okay? Gives you more movement. Okay. Work that in. Now, if you're into highlight, by all means, you could do that. I'm gonna add a little bit more powder on my forehead, so see where I'm shiny. Boom. Right over the blush. Give me this finished look. Blend that in. Then you could take the tip of your brush and go into that darker color and give you a sharper line if you want with the powder. And in that hairline. Boom, done. Okay, I love it. I recently did this look for the pictures with Empowered Women Empower Women, and it looked great in the sun, it looked great at night. I was able to wear it all day. The magnetic lashes did not like annoy me or irritate my skin. Like, it was amazing. And so I just want you guys to let me know in the comments what you guys think of this quick natural look, and where you don't have to use a bunch of makeup, but you get a full face glam look. And it looks like we spent hour and a half or 2 hours on this look, and we did it. We only spent 45 minutes. And for anyone that does a full face of makeup, you understand. So let me know if there are any other questions you guys have on different products that you're using, and that you want to know if that's the best option or what are like alternatives for that. Also, I do virtual services, so if you want something like this tailored to you and your skin type and different products that you have at home, we can do that. So soon we will be going back to the regular hourly price of $30. And so if you have questions about that, let me know. But we have a Freebie Friday. And so on Freebie Friday, I'm actually picking 2 people, and you can get a free hour session. And you can pick between hair, makeup, or nails. Or if you just want to chat, let me know. But it was a pleasure being with you guys today. And I'll see you next Tuesday.